Hey, what's going on, Evercade? My name's Evercade. Welcome to my channel. And today, I want to talk about something which is this is gonna ruffle a few feathers, but I want to discuss why Blaze should phase out support for the original Evercade handheld. Now, I know people are gonna get mad at me for saying that because people are like, oh, I bought this system. I want to keep getting games for it. I know, but let's just face facts, guys. The Evercade handheld itself wasn't the best it could have been when it came out. It had a terrible screen to begin with, and obviously no built-in Wi-Fi music was harder to update. So to me, it's kind of right that it's phased out. Obviously, and it has been phased out. But another thing is obviously the games. Blazer said that they were going to try and support as many cartridges on the Evercade handheld as possible, despite being phased out and obviously having the EXP and the VS. But let me explain why I kind of feel like we should get Blaze to drop the support for the original handheld, and it's quite simple. The power. I'm not talking about the battery life. I'm talking about the actual power of the system and the processor of the original handheld isn't that strong. Obviously, the VS and the EXP from what I remember, have a processor of 1.5 gigahertz, whilst the original handheld only has 1.2 gigahertz, which might not seem like a big difference, but it can mean quite a lot. So as we're getting more native games, the Evercade handheld may not be able to run them. Stuff like the PS1 games might be harder for the Evercade handheld to process. Obviously, I know for a fact if you hadn't updated to the second version of the firmware on the original Evercade handheld, you could not play certain games on the Gremlin collection. So that's an example. And as Blaze has new consoles to line up, it could lead to this system not being able to run those ROMs. So say we get something like, I don't know, 32x games, or maybe we get something like, I don't know, 3DO or something like that. I don't know, just insert random game from console from the 90s that people seem to have forgotten. It could come down to the system's not strong enough to run those systems, and the games can only really work on the Evercade VS and the Evercade EXP. And obviously, Evercade handheld owners will then feel cheated because obviously they bought the system, they can't play some of the games. And I get that. It's kind of the same feeling that Evercade VS owners got with the Namco cartridges, so I totally understand. But to me personally, I don't think the Evercade handheld even really has much need to even be supported much longer, because obviously we have the EXP coming out, we have the VS. There's no necessary need for the Evercade handheld to continue to get support for the cartridges. It's nice that Blaze is doing it, but it might also hold Evercade back as Evercade is trying to push forward and get new systems on board and get new native ports. That's just my opinion, though, guys. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments down below. Do you think Evercade should phase out the original handheld? Let me know all that stuff in the comments down below. I've been Evercade. I'm signing out. Peace.